Well, the date that we've circled on our calendars is finally here. Welcome to opening day. It is an honor to be spending opening day with you guys. The best slate of the year to bet. You got baseball on in the afternoon. You've got more baseball on in the late afternoon into the evening. Then you've got some West Coast baseball to keep you up late into the night. And while it's a challenging slate to bet on because we've got no data to look back on, it's also a very fun slate to bet on. And sometimes you catch some crooked numbers. I got two bets that I really like on this slate, and I want to get to them now. I'm Kenny Ducey from the Action Network. This is Best Bets. All right, now I know I just said all that stuff about the wonderful games that we have on to start our day in the afternoon. I care about them, but I'm not really too keen on a lot of those lines. I'm going to skip ahead to the West Coast games, and I'm going to start with the Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels are short, -122 favorites, and I like them to win this game behind the arm and the bat of Shohei Ohtani. I think there's a lot of ways you can look at this one. Anthony Rendon coming back into the Angels lineup is going to be massive. He has a .901 career OPS against lefties. And Framber Valdez on the other side of this matchup was a guy last year that I really liked to pick on, especially in the postseason. Though he did start kind of well, we finally saw Framber Valdez's true colors, back-to-back 5 earned run appearances in the World Series, and I think he's going to run into more trouble here with some very talented right-handed bats in the form of the Los Angeles Angels. I also am just not very high on the Astros this year. Michael Brantley is approaching 35 years old. Altuve's 32. Carlos Correa is now gone. There's no guarantee that the Houston Astros are going to be the buzzsaw offensively that we've seen in years past. And frankly, with the rotation, Justin Verlander is supposed to be a key part. He's coming off of a long injury layoff. Lance McCullers is hurt. These guys obviously aren't pitching right now, but I'm really not too high on the Houston Astros, and I think it starts here with the devastating day one loss to the Los Angeles Angels. I really like Rendon coming back and rounding out this lineup, which I think is really talented. Joe Adell showed some signs of life late last season. Maybe he contributes. Obviously, the hit machine, David Fletcher, is going to be an issue for Framber Valdez as well. I really like the Angels to win this game, and you know you're going to get a good performance out of Shohei Ohtani, who's been one of the more consistent pitchers, although sometimes he has issues with hard contact, does strike out a lot of players, and I think there's a lot of strikeout candidates here on the Houston Astros. Obviously, Kyle Tucker, that's another story, but I think around him, there's some nervous points in this Houston Astros offense. So I'm going to go ahead and take a bite here with the Los Angeles Angels as a short home favorite. All right, my other play is on the other late game. It's going to be on the Diamondbacks +140. Darvish is one of my least favorite pitchers these days. Last season, after the Spider Tack crackdown, we saw Darvish's numbers spiral out of control. This guy was all over the place, allowing home runs left and right. Not a reliable guy to bet on, a very reliable guy to fade. And while I think that Madison Bumgarner, he's certainly seen better days, you look at these right-handed power bats in the San Diego Padres lineup, and they're really not all too scary. Will Myers obviously had another disappointing season last year. Luke Voigt, we haven't seen his best work since he played in the short Yankee Stadium, a very small ballpark, and also was afforded more opportunities. And again, he kind of struggled right later on in his Yankee career. Ha-Seong Kim and Jorge Alfaro rounding out the lineup. You need good righties, right, to beat Madison Bumgarner. You need guys that are going to be able to drive the ball. I don't know if they necessarily have the consistency yet. And I'm going to wait and see with the San Diego Padres, one of the fool's gold lineups really out there over the last few years. And while, again, it's not very appealing betting on the Diamondbacks these days, Seth Beer, there's high expectations for Seth Beer. There's also David Peralta and Dalton Varsho and Ketel Marte, who should be pretty solid, reliable hitters at the top of the lineup. And I certainly think there's some value here, still fading Darvish as he continues to get older and continues to have more issues with hard hit balls. That's it for me. You can check out some of our amazing opening day content on the Action Network app, actionnetwork.com. You can follow me on Twitter @Kenny Ducey, and I can't wait until the numbers come in on the season and we get more games. We have larger sample sizes, but until then, look at some starting lineups, look at some historical data, and enjoy betting opening day. We'll see you soon.